Many popular pundits and online personalities question whether Arsenal will challenge for the title again next year, with many speculating they will not.
It's like who's the most likely challenger, and that I would trust most probably is Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool.
I'm going to go Liverpool and Manchester United.
The notion that at times the youngest team in the league will not improve or push on seems preposterous on the surface. Digging deeper, is there some truth to it? Will they fail to improve their side, allowing competition to start outpacing them again? Will Arteta never figure it out in crunch time? Or does the league need to brace itself for another explosion of form from this young Arsenal side? Join me as we try to take an educated guess for next year and beyond for Arteta's revamped Arsenal. For Arsenal to be in a position where people can really debate if they will challenge for the title again next year, they have to have first had an incredible season that just passed. Well, one thing everyone should easily agree on is that Arsenal absolutely had a ridiculously fantastic season. At times, the youngest team in the league based on the average age of their matchday squads spent 247 days in first place. Given the all-time great English team that is crystallizing in front of our eyes was held to second place for that long is a great indicator for the level Arsenal had shown this past year. On top of that, no one expected anything even close to this. The majority of online personalities and pundits said they wouldn't even qualify for the Champions League again this past year. Gary Neville went as far as saying that top 4 in 21-22 would have been Arteta's ceiling at Arsenal, that he missed his best chance at achieving what was possible at this club.
If he finishes fourth, he almost in some ways is as good as he can probably get. That's sad.
It's a stepping stone. Do you not feel like it's a stepping stone in Champions League recruitment, and then you can build and build
United,
and build
Chelsea, where can they go?
They universally defied all expectations this past year, and all of this came off of the back of more close to perfect recruitment by Edu, Arteta, and co 1 year ago. Once again, by valuing Premier League experience with the right tactical and personality traits to fit right in, as opposed to their London rivals, which I talk about in great detail in this video. Feel free to give that a watch if you end up enjoying this analysis to see the antithesis of Arsenal's recruitment I'm about to highlight. Signing Gabi Jesus was transformational for Arsenal. The ex-Man City forward joined for £45 million after he had only 1 year left on his deal at City. Given some of the current transfer fees still raw prospects are pulling, that is an absolute bargain, regardless of how long is left on his deal. Those opening weeks of the season after Jesus had just joined were special. Martinelli and Jesus were constantly swapping spots in a heartbeat during matches, confusing and startling defenses with their calculated chaos. It was honestly breathtaking. He's the dynamic number 9 this Arsenal side were screaming for since the tactical evolution under Arteta started to become clear the year prior. Another big part of Arsenal achieving their Premier League record 88 goals this season was signing Alexander Zinchenko, who also joined from City. Genuinely, at times I believe Zinchenko was the most technically gifted defenseman in the world. His line-breaking passes and composure on the ball were a game changer for this Arsenal team, and at just £30 million was again a fantastic value for money addition. On top of influential transfers, there's so much I could say. I haven't even touched on Odegaard tying the all-time Premier League non-penalty goals record for a midfielder with 15, Saka's world-class brilliance, Martinelli tying the all-time Premier League goals record by a Brazilian with 15, Saliba looking like a Rolls-Royce defender in his first year in the league, or Xhaka completely reinventing himself this past year. This video would run too long if I gave every player the flowers that they deserve. However, after all the individual and collective excellence, they still didn't manage to win the title. I cringe at the word bottle. To me, using the word is just tribalism and not an effective tool of analysis in any way, which is fine, but it doesn't paint an accurate picture of a club. The moniker was used frequently to describe Arsenal's fall from grace at the tail end of this past season. Did they simply bottle? No. Did their performance levels drop after key injuries? And did Arteta fail to maximize the remaining pieces during a run-in? In back-to-back seasons, might I add? Undeniably yes. That's back-to-back seasons they missed out on huge achievements relative to where they were in their process, as they missed out on Champions League the prior year after being in a position to secure it before that collapse too. They built on that failure, they fought for the title this past year, not fourth. Now how do they improve next year to take that last remaining step? This is arguably a make or break summer for the dream of becoming an all-time great team for Arsenal. They have to make and get spot on some big money signings, or else they may never go past just being a solid team. Arteta put it very nicely recently. It's paper thin margins to go from good to great, and every decision needs to be completely nailed. That's the focus of their summer. Go from good to great. Now, how do they do that? The target for this window needs to be adding depth, meaningful depth. The standard to beat is Man City, a team filled with rubber bands, ready to stretch in any position and ready to cover any injury. We saw their center back look like prime Busquets at moments this year, for gosh sakes. That's the biggest reason why Arsenal lost the title, in my opinion. They have too many single-purpose sticks in the team. They need more rubber bands. They showed that with everyone available, their level can match Man City at their best. Next, they must gear up in order to better maintain that level, especially with Champions League football next year. Arsenal has shown an ability to pivot if plan A doesn't work in the transfer market. David Raya to Ramsdale, Koundé to Ben White, Mudryk to Trossard, Caicedo to Jorginho. This is a sign of a good team in the making, never overspending on one target and always ready with a plan B. Well, to go from good to great with more top talent in their repertoire, which as we established should be the target of their summer, I think plan A needs to work for them now. And with one signing in particular. Any guesses? Declan Rice. They need to get Declan Rice. He's the perfect signing in every conceivable way for them. Age, profile, potential, adaptability. This is Arsenal's Virgil van Dijk moment. Make that big splash that makes perfect sense on paper that ends up elevating them to unimaginable heights. Declan Rice is a unicorn. No other English player possesses all the qualities he has. However, and this is a big however, Arsenal will need to beat European giants with more financial might in order to secure a signature. Maybe even the champion City. I'm sure that situation will progress quickly after West Ham's final, but I think they're in for a battle. If they secure that signing, it makes so much sense that I think Arsenal will make another big jump that again no pundit is anticipating. And if they miss out on Rice, sheesh. They need a very good plan B to even get a chance to reach the potential Declan would unlock. Elsewhere, they need to replace Rob Holding, who has shown he can no longer keep up with what's needed from a center back in this current Arsenal setup. They need someone comfortable in a high line who is very good on the ball. And lastly, another midfielder, with Xhaka close to leaving at the time of this recording. That would round things out nicely, improving Arsenal substantially and giving them a good shot at better maintaining their elite levels throughout the next year. So, if Arsenal improves in the window, will they rise? United, Liverpool, and Newcastle will all improve this summer. But at the moment, Arsenal is still ahead of them, and with top quality players secured in a crucial transfer window, I doubt they will be easily leapfrogged. Is there a world where Arsenal miss out on all of their top targets due to fierce competition in an overinflated market, where Liverpool retools perfectly, and United back Ten Hag with hundreds of millions again? Honestly, yes, there is. There are decades of evidence of that happening. But if Arsenal secure their top targets, all that's left to do is execute on the pitch. So to definitively respond to the clip at the start, if they improve in the market, I think they will remain ahead of the competition and be the best placed team to challenge City for the title again next year. If Arsenal executes in the market, they will rise again, not fall. Beyond that, I also believe when it's all said and done in the market, December, January, February, March, and April all pass, with more technical rubber bands in the team and less single-purpose sticks, Arteta will also prove he's capable of leading a team to a Premier League title.